Hey guys, welcome to Gardening Upbeat and I hope you are doing very well. This video is all about how to grow and care for the poinsettia plants, and you are going to see everything step by step with more than 1 year's updates. I am also going to show you how easily you can propagate it. So let's start the video now. Here is one of my poinsettia plant which I first reported in 2018. That time I did not record anything, but from now onwards I am going to record everything so that I can share with you. You can also see that I have already pruned my plant, and I did that in the July month. If you want to prune your plant, then please do it before July or at least August, so that plant is going to have enough time to grow well, so that it's going to look much more bushier and bloom at the right time, which is the December. You can prune your plants much earlier as well, and you can do that once it stops flowering. In most cases, poinsettia plants stop flowering from the month of April. In 2018, I repotted my plant in 6 inch of pot, and since the plant is growing somewhat taller and it's looking bigger, this year I am going to give it a bigger pot, which is 8 inch of pot. For the potting soil mix, I am doing it very basic way. That means normal garden soil 50%, vermicompost 25%, and rest 25% coco peat. But if you are planning to keep your plant indoor, that time please make sure that your soil is much more airy, and that time you can do it something like this. You can take garden soil 30%, coco peat 25%, vermicompost 25%, and perlite 20%. Alright, it's time to repot my plant, and this is quite straightforward. I know that you are already wondering why we need different soil mix if we are thinking to keep the plant indoor. It's really very simple. See, comparing to outdoor, indoor evaporation rate is much more less, and that's why the soil is going to hold the water for much longer time. That's why for most of the indoor plants we need very airy soil, so that they can grow well and soil is not going to hold the water for much longer time.
Hi, my name is Melita Doctor.
Okay, good. Alright, I am done with repotting, and next I am going to keep the pot only in bright area. Please don't keep your plant under direct sunlight, but anyway I am going to show you what happens if we keep our plant under direct sunlight. So guys, here we can see that my plant is looking really very attractive, but please note that this is not the end, because I still need to show you the result of 2020. It was recorded in 2019 December, and you can also see my plant bloomed well at the right time. Alright, let's discuss about some of the important things, and let me show you how I fertilize my plant. As a fertilizers, I use only two components. The first one is 20 grams mustard cake powder, and instead of this one you can use either fish emulsion or blood meal. And on second, 20 grams of rock phosphate. Instead of rock phosphate you can also use bone meal, and you can find the rock phosphate on Amazon. It's also very easy to apply the fertilizers. Normally I remove the surrounding soil, let's say half inch to 1 inch, then I apply the fertilizers, and next I cover them with fresh soil, and sometimes I also use the same soil whatever I have removed from the pot. Again, just after fertilizing, please water the plant thoroughly, and there is no need to fertilize the poinsettia plants too frequently. At least I don't do it, and I try to do it at least 3 to 4 times in a year. This is how the same plant was looking in November 2020. During the summertime, I simply kept my plant in the bright area, and you can see that it was quite neglected. That means other than watering, I did not do any other major things. Here you can see the plant is looking quite huge, and the 18 pot is unable to support my plant. So next I am going to repot my plant once again, and this time I will be using one much bigger pot which is 12 inch, so that pot can support the plant. So guys, this is the final result which I recorded today itself, that means 4th March 2021. To be honestly saying, it's not an easy task to keep waiting for such longer time, but I believe you already know that in each of my videos I always try my best to provide many updates so that you can see real result and grow any plants with much more confidence. We can also see my plant is looking totally colorful even though it's the end of season, and I am keeping my plant in my balcony itself. Now the problem is my balcony gets the direct afternoon sunlight, and because of that some leaves are getting burned, as we can see here. I am actually loving my plant on this part of my balcony, and that's why I am keeping it here. Other than the sunburn, I can also see that wind is also troubling my plant a lot. Anyway, I am very glad that my plant is here with me from 2018, and I hope it's going to stay with me for many more coming years. Now let me show you how easily we can propagate the poinsettia plants. While repotting my plant for the second time, 2 stems got broken, and instead of throwing the stems, I decided to propagate my plant so that I am going to have more plants at my home. But the health of one stem is really bad, so I really don't think that it's going to make it. But anyway, let's see what's going to happen. For the pot, I am using one very small pot. This is just a 4 inch of pot, and for the soil mix I am taking 2 different components in equal part. One part is normal sand and other part is just normal garden soil. Remove some of the lower leaves, and while doing it, please be careful as the sap may trouble your skin. Next, insert the stem in the soil, and while doing it, please make sure that at least one node is inside the soil. To be sure, I am going to keep 2 nodes inside the soil. Next, you would like to water the pot thoroughly, but I am not going to do it, as you have already seen that the soil on my pot was looking already wet. It happened since my daughter already poured sufficient water on the pot. Also, please make sure to keep the pot only in bright area. So guys, this is the result after 95 days, and here we can see one cutting is blooming really very well, and like I said before, the other cutting did not make it. Please also note that you don't have to wait for 95 or even 100 days to get the result of propagation. You can get the result much faster. I was simply waiting so that I can show you the blooms on my new cutting as well. Here you can see that the soil is looking absolutely dry, and you would need to maintain the same thing. For my cutting, I was watering it once in 20 to 25 days, and in December or January I took much more gap. Not only for the cuttings, for poinsettia plants as well, please take time, let the topsoil dry out, and then only water your plant. Alright, let me show you the roots on my cuttings as well, so that you can propagate your poinsettia plants with much more confidence. Here you can see nice roots, and if I am not wrong, now you are feeling much more confident to propagate your plants. So guys, this is all about how to grow and care for the poinsettia plants, and I have also shown you how easily we can propagate them. Please note that if you propagate either in the spring or summertime, the success rate is going to be much higher. But still, I am glad that one of my cutting made it even after I did everything in the winter time. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, I would really appreciate if you like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you are new to gardening upbeat. Thank you very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Have a great time and enjoy.